What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. We are officially 3 weeks out from our first Powerlifting America meet. Alright, so this session, so we are on squat today. My body is definitely feeling better progressively. We definitely are. I had to take a really hard look at all of the gaps I had when it came to my nutrition, my recovery, and everything. And I was like, look, we ran a very specific protocol for Nats. Why haven't we been doing that since, we started this whole prep? I really did just get lazy getting into that. So going into this session, and actually this week in general, I packed a lot more food, or at least I planned out all my food a lot more accordingly. Did my Epsom salt bath, bought more Epsom salt to help make sure that I'm consistent with it as much as we can. And really it's just going to come down to taking care of my body so that we don't leave it up to chance on meet day, right? 606 last week did not move the way that I wanted it to. And clearly we are within striking range of maybe hitting a PR on the platform, maybe not. We don't know what's going to be there when it's there. All I know is this week we have to lock it in. We have to finish strong, and then we have 2 weeks to basically taper down and recover, which I know it's a very fast, but that's just the way it has to run for this prep because we didn't really have much time to build up. It's kind of just peak, quick peak again, right? So it's like we're running with what we got at this point. So I'm not too worried. We have a 551 squat today. Judging from how 530 moved last week, 20 more pounds on top of that isn't going to make a difference for me. It moved really well. I'm happy with it. Let's just go for it. We're good to go there. Bench 374, I think, is our goal this week. I would be okay with capping it there for the rest of prep, but we'll see how I'm feeling next week. If I feel like I can push more time, then I'll probably push 385 just to kind of see what's there, how my body's feeling, how my pec is feeling, so that we can kind of see what we go for on meet day. And then deadlift. Originally, the plan was 639 to end the peak, but I don't think that's there. We're going to probably go 618, 622. Whatever happens. If I fail it, we'll deal with it. If we go for it and we hit it, congratulations. Great. Let's see how the body recovers to get ready for meet day. So it ain't over till it's over, kids. So let's go do this thing. All right, guys, so it is Tuesday morning. I have a client in a little bit before I go train. But yesterday's squat session actually went a lot better than we had anticipated. I definitely can see how much more nutrition plays a part in my training. And I don't mean it in a way that I don't handle my nutrition. Just sometimes I'll miss the gaps that I know that are pretty important, especially carbohydrates, which for me, having 400 to 500 grams is pretty baseline, but sometimes I'm I don't want to eat that much, and then I pay the price for it, right? So definitely having bumped up my calories quite a bit and actually tracking everything and being consistent with it is going to be the most key part for the next couple of weeks. So we're going to see how that goes, and we'll see what ends up happening meet day. But 551 moving like that, wow, I didn't see that coming. I did not think I was even going to touch 551 just from how the last couple of weeks were moving. But squat, for whatever reason, decided to really pick up its momentum as we started getting into this week. So, coach says we might be looking at a 600-pound squat. I don't think so. I think 590, maybe 595 is a good call. And I know that people are like, well, it's only 5 pounds from 595 to 600. Yeah, but that 5 pounds can make a big difference, right? So if we can hit the 590, maybe 595, fantastic. I'll be happy with it. Traditionally, I'm pretty good at squatting, and my squat always peaks very well. I don't know why, just the way it goes. I can touch something very light and still be peaked for a competition. So, whatever. Bench 374 this week. We'll see how that goes. That'll kind of tell me where we're going to be at. If it moves very well, then maybe I'll push it going into next week. See what happens. And then deadlift 618 to 622. That will kind of indicate whether or not we're even in the running for a 300 kilo attempt. But we'll see. I for sure want to hit 639 just to kind of get the PR on the board and kind of hit a 1600 total. So if we can do all the numbers that we're setting out for, then should be a pretty good meet. So after that, we have a little bit of a vacation, and then we'll get back to training for off season, which I think will be pretty fun. I want to get back into some volume and see what we can build, considering these last meets have definitely been very, very good. So with a good off season, we're going to be ready for a 10-year anniversary meet. So I'll catch you guys in a bit. I'm going to handle this, get some work done, and then we're going to go train. So see you guys in a bit. All right, so fun fact, I did not know that I could actually record and actually like hit record from this to that. That's pretty cool. So we might actually have a mic'd up session for bench. So let's do it. This should be fun. Thank you for chalking my back and not putting anything weird on my back. That's not what that's supposed to look like.
Here's what this is supposed to be.
Okay, that. Hold on. That does not look the same. There are kids that watch this channel. Look away, children.
Get up.
Oh, that was a lot harder than I thought it'd be. Fucking hate this bar. Why is it so thin? Exceed meet. It was this one.
This is TSS?
Yeah, it's like a little bit thinner and it spins more. And so like as I'm like unracking, I have the firm grip on it, and I don't know what we're using on meet day. So I'm like, oh, if I use a TSS bar now, then I might be prepared for meet day. They have, I think, one Alico. I think the rack might be Alico, but
Like that Alico side pad.
yeah. Huh?
I want to hurt his ass.
Yeah. So we'll find out meet day. I just wanted to like put myself in a shitty position to like see, okay, can I do it on a shitty bar?
And then when you get on the good bar, like,
Yeah. It doesn't, like, the weight itself doesn't feel bad. It's just controlling it in my hands. I'm like, it feels off. Okay, sweet. I know I can push 374 on a bad day. Okay, that did go as planned, but also did not go as planned. I'm not going to be the kind of person to make excuses, but for sure, using a TSS bar for whatever reason, it's a little spinnier I could feel the rolling in my hands, especially as I'm gripping it. And as I'm unracking it, it's not sitting the way that I normally would sit, like a Kabuki power bar or a Texas bar. But regardless, being able to move 3 reds under, I wouldn't say bad conditions, more so just like we haven't had any buildup into this. So being able to just hit 3 reds like this means that we're good. This will probably be like a second attempt, and then we'll see what happens after that. I just need this to secure the total I'm going for while still reserving energy if I need to. So probably go with the same jumps I did today, 341 as my opener, which 330, 341 is a cakewalk to me with 352. I've opened with that before. So go from that to this, and then who knows? We might just say YOLO and go for 182.5 or 180 if we feel spicy, and we'll be good. So yeah, I'm gonna go do my back downs and then do accessories, and then I'll catch you guys later or tomorrow for deads. So stay tuned. Alright, so that definitely did not go as planned, but to be honest, I'm pretty happy with it. I haven't really had any practice with the stiff bar for the last couple of, like almost a year plus now, probably longer. And within the last 4 or 5 weeks of pulling stiff bar, we were able to break 640 off the ground. So I'm probably looking at that being the last attempt for the meet. So is what it is. Not too mad about it. My positioning feels a lot better. Slack feels better. Hook grip feels good. So next week we get a little bit of tapering and some like just last minute practice, and then we taper for the meet. So catch you guys after the workout. All right, so that was the heaviest week of prep. So deadlift definitely, I wouldn't say didn't go as planned. I think that was probably as good as it was going to get. I knew for a fact we weren't going to be able to hit a 300 kilo deadlift the way we did for USPA nets. So going into this prep, I knew that I would have to relearn stiff bar because I haven't touched a stiff bar for deadlift in the last 2-3 years, probably more. I don't typically train with often because I usually train with meets that use a deadlift bar, right? So the leverage is going to be a little bit different. But with a stiff bar, I have to be a lot more patient, and it's something that I haven't developed just yet. So with the 639 from today, I had to really feel that patience, but my setup felt a lot better. My hook grip felt a lot more secure, so my confidence is a lot higher than it was previously. So I ain't mad about that. But moving forward, I definitely think I'm going to have to pivot my goals for the meet. So more than likely 640 is going to be the last attempt for this comp, which is not a big deal. Still puts us at running for hitting a 1600 total. And then squat, even though we only went as heavy as 551, because we hit 585 at nets, we'll definitely have an opportunity to maybe go 590, 595. We'll see, right? If it's there, it's there. Bench, 374 will for sure be a second attempt just to solidify, and then we'll probably take our shot at 402, maybe 396. Wow, those birds are loud. But yeah, I'm not too mad about it. I think for a lot of lifters, they have to remember that you cannot be so fixated on numbers when you're in prep because as long as you're able to get out of a prep without getting injured, then you have the opportunity to still give your best performance. Will you PR? Maybe. Will you match your PR? Maybe. Will you just have a good performance? Maybe. But that'll only happen if you give yourself the best opportunity to do so. So long as you don't give up and you continue to work hard, getting closer to the meet, should be fine. But we'll see what we get meet day. Now we taper, relax this next week, pull back the numbers, and then get a little more practice on the secondary work, and then we have meet week. So it'll be a very chill peak week since we won't have to be anywhere. We'll actually be able to recover. I'm gonna do an Epsom salt bath today and just chill, and then yeah, that's it. Prep's basically over. We just have one more week, so it'll be fun. I'm excited, and yeah, that's about it, guys. So as always, like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys on the platform.